So I thought I'd do a continuation of my last video. This would be kind of a breakdown of my second shelf of films based on true stories that mean something to me, and I'll just quickly go through them. I really enjoyed the movie Everest, basically about the team of people who tried to conquer Mount Everest and faced a lot of adversity and trauma and whatnot. Bully, a Larry Clark film based on a group of kids from Florida who killed someone from their circle who treated them badly. W, about George Bush, an Oliver Stone film. I actually thought it was pretty good. And I thought it was pretty even handed, given the director. The Hunt for the BTK Killer. It's a made for TV movie. It's more from the detective's point of view, trying to catch the BTK killer. And I thought for a made for TV movie, I thought it was really good. Prozac Nation. It's based on a memoir by Elizabeth Wurtzel. Basically, she became a big deal in college during the 80s. She landed a job with Rolling Stone, writing articles, and unfortunately, she became clinically depressed and went through a lot of mental anguish. And it's chronicled in the movie and stars Christina Ricci. Veronica Guerin, based on a journalist who became famous for busting different drug dealers and whatnot. Animal Kingdom, it's inspired by a real gang from Australia who robbed banks. It was also later made into an American TV show, and the TV show is okay, but I definitely prefer the original Australian movie. I think it's great acting. And the band Played On, based on the AIDS crisis in the homosexual community and the race to try to find a cure back in those days. There's also sort of a sequel to it, an HBO film called The Normal Heart. It's sort of a continuation of the movie. Factory Girl, based on a socialite and how she became involved with Andy Warhol and the factory, which was made famous for making abstract movies and whatnot. The Dating Game Killer, his name is Ronnie Alpaca. I think that's his name. He appeared on an old dating game, and it was later discovered that he was a serial killer and a photographer, and also took pictures of his victims. And they're still not completely sure how many people he killed or how many pictures he took of them. The Freeway Killer, William Bonin. He was a serial killer. He would pick up young boys and young men, and he, along with the different partners, would sexually torture them before finally killing them. Just really gritty and grotesque stuff. So very sad cases. Summer of Sam. Again, basically, it chronicles the Summer of Sam murders in New York and how it affected a small Italian neighborhood. Spike Lee film. Really done well, I thought. Black Mass. Another Johnny Depp movie. Basically about James Whitey Bulger. He was a famous murderer, and the search for the police to try to catch him and how he eluded police for so long. The Conspirator, based on the people who conspired and carried out the murder of Abraham Lincoln. I thought it was a really well done movie. Great performances. It takes the story from a different angle. Changeling, starring Angelina Jolie, about the wine Cooperville murder. No, I'm sorry, the wine chicken murders. Chicken coop murders. Sorry. But basically, her son Walter went missing, and her fight to try to find her son, and how she was basically silenced for it because the corrupt law enforcement didn't want it to make it into the news, and she was thrown into an insane asylum for it. 2 movies about James Dean. James Dean, Race with Destiny. It's a good movie. It focuses a little bit too much on his relationship with Pierre Anjali, who was his girlfriend at the time. They had a tumultuous relationship. And the next movie, James Dean, starring James Franco. And both movies are pretty good if you're a James Dean fan. Midnight Express. It's not 100% factual. They changed a lot of things about it. But it is about an American who became arrested for smuggling heroin and got sent to a Turkish prison. And his years spent in there trying to get out and, go back to his home in America. Munich, based on several Olympic athletes by radicals. And after they were murdered, a team of people were formed and hunted down the killers and people responsible for the murders. Really good movie. Again, not 100% factual. They left out certain incidences. Certain characters were composites and whatnot. So, yeah, I definitely really love movies based on true story. And lastly, the film Guyana, Call to the Dam, based on the Jim Jones infamous murders and suicide. There's a made-for-TV movie that's a lot longer. This movie is about 90 minutes long. It was made more cheaply. It doesn't use the name Jim Jones or Jonestown. It used Johnsontown. It's an unauthorized version of the story, but it does get some of the facts straight. And I thought it was a good lower budget movie version of the story. And I'll always feel sorry for the people involved in Jonestown. Despite a lot of comments. Once they were there, their passports were taken. There was no way out of the jungles. Um, if you didn't want to drink the poison flavor aid, you were forced to, you were shot, or you were shot up with injections of poison, so you didn't really have a choice once you got to the jungle. And a quarter pound of poison was procured for over a year before the suicide demonstration was carried out. So yeah, Jonestown, I always thought it was an interesting part of the story.